Alright guys, so welcome back to another video. Today we are in Moonhunter Keep, and I think it's bugged out a little bit because I think there's supposed to be two people up there he's talking to, but you know, he's just standing there not talking to anyone. So yeah, we're missing a little bit of dialogue, but I think it happens as soon as you teleport in here. But yeah, never mind. Welcome back, and we're going to get on with Moongrave Fane today. I'm going to make sure all my buffs are active. Oh yeah, there wasn't a video last week because of the new patch and builds have changed, but I haven't got an updated build for my solo build at the moment. That's why I've got all this new gear on me, but yeah, I haven't tested things out yet. So hopefully my old build works. Not much has changed, but some things have, but hopefully it doesn't affect my damage too much.
You must not have a fear of vampires to have wandered so close to this den of leeches. If you have quarrel with the Hollowfang clan, no, I am not your enemy. In fact, I could use some of that bravery right now.
Who are the Hollowfang clan?
Clan of vampires with ambitions above their abilities. They convinced my dear comrade Grundwolf to help them capture a dragon. They intend to drink its blood, gain its power. If he goes through with this fool plan, it will be the end of him.
How so?
It's hubris to believe any vampire could tame the power in a dragon's blood. It could kill him. I must get Grundwolf to see reason, but I can't do that with all these Hollowfangs in my way. I need a diversion. Perhaps you could help me with that.
I'll do what I can.
Then Chevalier Renaud is in your debt. There's a break in the wall to the west. Invade the Hollowfang stronghold and make for the temple. While you have their attention, I'll search for Grundwolf and rendezvous with you once you're inside.
What's your relationship to Grundwolf?
We have been brothers in arms for centuries, but the impetuousness of his youth hasn't faded. He's always been headstrong, but I've never seen him like this. Our long exile has taken a greater toll on him than I imagined.
Will he fight over this disagreement?
He may. Even without the clan mother goading him, Grundwolf will back his conviction with his blade. If it comes to that, I'll put him in his place. I'd rather wound his pride than witness his self-destruction.
And the Hollowfangs?
They are parasites. Their only interest is stealing the power of things greater than themselves. If any stand in our way, put these leeches to the sword without remorse.
What do they hope to accomplish by drinking the dragon's blood?
Nasazda, the Hollowfang clan mother, has convinced Grundwolf that drinking the dragon's blood will make him dragonborn. If true, he could devour the souls of dragons, rekindle the dragon fires, and reforge Riemann's empire.
But you have your doubts.
There are no shortcuts to power. The Soul Burst proved that. This is a desperate act of impatience, and I fear the price of recklessness will be far too high. No one knows what dragon's blood could do to a vampire. Grundwolf can't see he's being used.
What do the Hollowfangs need him for?
These vermin could never have hunted a dragon without the skills of the Dragonguard. Now that he's captured their prize, they offer the first sip only because they fear the dragon's power. The Devourer is nothing but a glorified poison taster.
Devourer?
A title bestowed upon Grundwolf by the Hollowfangs, Devourer of Dragons. More insidious flattery Nasazda uses to bend my comrade's ear. She's wormed so deeply that I have no choice but to cut her out.
It's funny that you mentioned the Soul Burst. I think that was the base game storyline, you know, where Moongrave was attacking Tamriel.
You made quick work of them. Don't let the gate trouble you. I'll pass through and open it from the other side. There's no mechanism. Khajiit and tricks. Look for a hidden switch. I'll try to catch up to Grundwolf.
If you've been here before, then you know what we have to do.
You will not be so lucky.
This boss was a little tricky when I first tried it, but I did manage to get past it. So we'll see how this goes.
Glad those gates didn't keep you long. Though from the sound of things, you had greater obstacles to overcome. I heard that commotion from halfway across the temple. Nisazda managed to get that giant sentinel moving after all. She's more dangerous than I gave her credit.
What is this place? The sentinels seem like a part of the ruins.
The Hollowfang's lair. They call it Moongrave Fane, part of the old Khajiit moon faiths. Though these ruins are far older than their bloodline, I assure you, why this temple needed such guardians, I can't say. The Catmen always warred in my time.
Any idea of what lies ahead?
There are many more parasites and their stone sentinels in this temple. Hardly a threat compared to what you've already overcome. With one exception. A vicious-looking Pomarot prowling around.
Pomarot?
Khajiit fur stock. They walk and talk like the rest of us, but stand twice as tall. Like a giant with claws and fangs, and armor, and a brain. I have never encountered one who was a vampire, but Pomarot are dangerous enough without undeath.
How can we avoid it?
I'll have no difficulty getting around him. You, I fear, will have to go through. I'll say a prayer for you.
Thank you. Did you find Grundwolf?
Not yet. Grundwolf's conspicuous, but these ruins are expansive. I need to find him. Quickly. I mean no offense, but I can do that better on my own. If I can't get through to him, however, I'm going to need your strength to put an end to this.
You mean to kill him?
I fear I may have already lost my battle brother, but I shudder to think of what effect the Dragonblood could have on him. Even if it goes as he plans, Grundwolf isn't fit for the Ruby Throne. He is a warrior many would envy, but no emperor.
Could you really kill your friend?
My duty to the Empire is greater than any bonds of friendship. I've given my pride, my honor, and my life to safeguard it. If Grundwolf imperils what we've sworn to protect, he is my enemy.
What can you tell me about Nisazda?
There's little of worth. Nisazda leads the Hollowfang clan, though they seem more like a cult to me. Her motives are as blunt as her wit. She desires power, and promises it to her followers for their loyalty.
Why would Grundwolf join her?
She's simply telling him what he wants to hear. Subterfuge was never Grundwolf's strong suit. That is the crux of the problem, it seems. He longs for the days before the fall, when there was no need to hide, and glory was measured in dragon blood.
What are you hiding from?
We count our enemies among those who conspire to cut down Riemann and the Potentate. Many Dragonguard met their end by a knife in the dark. The rest of us donned our own cloaks and daggers. It is not a life of honor, but necessity. That chafes some.
The Potentate's been gone for a while now.
Even if those assassins have lost their interest in us, those who covet the Ruby Throne will not welcome the return of the Dragon War. When a true successor is finally found, we must be ready for the usurpers.
I didn't realize the Potentate was vampire hunters.
You are not the skulking rats, but you are my prey all the same.
Or dead. How did the intruder get past Trozakar?
There are many holes through which a rat can scurry here. Keep on guard.
I've had enough waiting. Nisazda, they are coming!
He's got skills.
The dragon lies beneath that temple. I can smell its blood on the air. Push through.
Jesus.
That's far enough of that.
Out of my way, Leech. I have more pressing concerns than ending your life.
You took the words out of Miss Sazda's mouth. This one has no fear.
I can't read you that.
She is too
I've
swift.
skinned many a dragon. The cat will not be troubled.
Sazda will feed you to her weakest warrior.
Not even trying.
Surrender, Sazda. Or are you going to fight us all?
This one won't have to.
You were always the stronger swordsman, Grunwolf, but not the better one.
Damn you, Reynolds! We can end it all! The Empire could be reborn! Right here!
Whatever you become through this madness, it will not be Emperor.
Then do it, Reynard. I'd rather die with blade in hand than go back to that honorless life of
We hesitated over that.
I didn't need your help.
We have no more time for this. His allies are here.
Ah! You both robbed me of this!
At least I outlived that accursed cat. Is Grunwolf? No. The fool's gone for the dragon. You've got to stop it. Whatever that witch did to her blade, it's working. This wound won't fade easily. She's robbed me of my friend and the strength to stop him myself. Much as it galls my pride, you must go on without me. Stop Grunwolf, however you can.
Are you going to be alright?
Nasarta's blade cut deep. If I were one of her lesser curs, I'd have both feet in the grave. Don't worry about me. It's Grunwolf you should be concerned about.
What was Grunwolf doing with his voice? Magic?
He was shouting the dragon language. Thum, they call it. It is magic, in a sense, but not like any you'd learn in the Mages Guild. Dragonguard learned the words to better know our enemy, but Grunwolf is of the rare breed who can speak it as they do.
But he's not Dragonborn.
They are not one and the same, though I cannot say if drinking the dragon's blood will affect his talent, and I don't care to find out. Go, stop him. If we survive this, I'll answer your questions.
Mark this day. When I bleed this dragon dry, the Empire will be made whole.
You are an ant trying to shoulder the world. Bloated tick. You've drunk to bursting.
Must endure.
I failed you, old friend. You deserved a better death.
No kind words for me, Reynald.
Still your tongue, worm. Your death is the one good thing to come of this.
I go, knowing the war for freedom only brought you ruin.
Void take you.
My suffering ends here. Yours will linger long after.
Shame.
Dragons. Monsters within and without. Their blood is only fit for the dirt.
At least there's no chance of others following Grundwolf's example.
There will always be some who are willing to choose risk over reason. But for now, this threat has passed. Take this, along with my gratitude. I have lost another comrade today, but I have gained many more. It has been my honor to fight alongside you.
What will you do now?
Mourn Grundwolf with my other battle brothers, and return to my vigil over the Empire. For the few of us still loyal to the throne, our watch is never over.
How many of you are there?
Too few for our troubles. It takes a resolute spirit to give everything for a cause. We shed our old skins, and arose reborn on the surface of his empire and the coiled king. I'll shed this skin as well, when it's time for a new beginning.
You mean you'll take a new identity? Or we're speaking literally?
I've said too much already. Draw your own conclusions, and if you speak of this encounter, embellish as you like. Our role is to fade into myth and shadow now. But our order has long since gained immortality that will outstrip our own.
How so?
When our order splintered, it spread many seeds. Many took root and grew into something new. I'm just old bark on a withered stump, but I take comfort among the trees.
I'd like to know more about Grundwolf.
He was a man worth remembering. Bold, honorable, a man of his word. Grundwolf was never meant for a life of subterfuge and secrets. His biggest regret was failing to die for Riemann. Carrying the shame of the Dragonguard's failure gnawed at him.
What was he doing with his voice? It resembled the dragon's.
He was speaking the language of dragons. He had the voice, as the Nords call it. It's a rare talent among mortals. Where you or I could crudely ape the sounds and call it language, he could shout the Thu'um as they do, and reshape the world.
How is that possible?
I only know that it's possible, and there are some who study the Thu'um. The hermits of High Hrothgar did not share their secrets with me, and if the Greybeards told Grundwolf the truth during his time with them, he never chose to share it with us.
Who are the Greybeards?
An order of monks, I'd call them. Recluses who sit at the throat of the world and practice shouting at the heavens. I sought them out to gain this power for the Dragonguard, but they refused, save for one. A young man, new to the order, Grundwolf.
What made him different?
As I said, he was never meant for a life of seclusion. The glory of slaying dragons alongside the Emperor was more than enough to convince him to abandon this ascetic lifestyle. He was quick to distinguish himself among our ranks. I'll miss him.
The dragons seem to know you.
Sarodnak's baited the Dragonguard into many forays. He burned great swaths of Cyrodiil and forced us to pursue him into unfavorable territory. Many died attempting to kill that elusive worm. He always managed to escape. Not this time, at least.
What was the war for freedom he mentioned?
Men have long been made slaves by elves and dragons alike. We cast off those chains over many battles, many centuries, and established our own empire, the greatest of them all, Riemann's dream, the one that the Three Banners threatens to sunder.
There you have it. We completed Moongrave Fane, which was easier than I expected, but like I said, I did do this beforehand, and some of the bosses gave me trouble, but we managed to get through it, and yeah, hope you did enjoy it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. It does help me massively, and if you're new around here and you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and don't worry, I will be doing the new dungeons. I'm just waiting for my build to update so then it's easier, but I've heard you can't do them solo, but I'm willing to give them a try. And yeah, until then, you take care and I'll see you in the next video.